Good morning. Gonna do things a little differently this morning, I think. Someone mentioned I should do long form videos as well, so I'll just do that and put those up, and whoever wants to watch them can watch them. If you have that much time in your hands, want to watch my boring stuff, cool. Love it. Anyway, and I'll edit the fun stuff down to more manageable pieces. Anyway, let's see. We're gonna start with this guy here. We were flattening out the bridge area using this cold clamping type of method. I don't know if that's what's actually the correct term, but that's what Doug, he works over there when he's here. That's what Doug taught me. Basically, you take a wet paper towel, clamp it inside the guitar with a flat block on top. If you have unevenness or belly bulging on the guitar anyway, or anything like that. So this is an old, I don't know if it's old, but this is an Ibanez, very inexpensive guitar that somebody just had to save. Probably not worth what the bridge reglue is going to cost, but hey, who am I to judge? So the top had ripped up, heavy clamps. Top had ripped up when the bridge initially popped and left a bunch of waviness and other ugliness under there. So we flattened it out, and we're going to use epoxy because it pulled up fingers, and look at that mess. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but when plywood top guitars, when the bridges pull off, it makes a mess. So let's put you guys in the holder, and hopefully don't shut off the video, but you know, it can happen. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Hey, how's that look? Good? What if I go like this? Will that work better? Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay. There we go. Get that in the right spot. All right. These are Ben's Stumac clamps. Pretty good. Better than the old standard classical clamps that everybody has. These definitely are a lot stiffer. This giant thing, I think I got it at a yard sale at some point. And it's big and it works good. The ASH are my initials, by the way, for those that wonder. Because, you know, sometimes you gotta label your tools in a shop. Oh, that's much better. This was, how good you guys can see, but it was definitely bulgy. Like this was lifted up like that. It's better. It's not perfect, but it will work. Let's pull our, see? It's pretty much dry. Top's pretty dry. No, it doesn't make the wood fibers swell up too much. I mean, the idea is it kind of lets them relax for a minute. And then reset. Doesn't warp the top or anything. Put my clamps away. And we're back. And put my blocks away. Cool. Is the bridge in here? Yep. There it is. Oh, all right. So we gotta clean that off. And I'm not gonna really do much more sanding here because it's pretty flat. I know it looks a little uneven, but I'm gonna knock down a high spot there. Most all the stuff came off on the bridge, so there's not hardly any glue left here. We're just gonna try to even things up, and that's why we're using epoxy, because I know it's not gonna be a perfect joint. It just isn't. It's just not possible at this stage. You'd have to carve everything down or fill it in, and you can fill it in while you're doing epoxy. That's what it does. It looks great. All right, let's put our pins back in. Oh, put our saddle in there too. There. Actually, you know what? This will be good to hold it on the belt sander. I'm gonna leave that. Never mind. Get in there for a second. Yeah, give it a little extra grip. All right, let's see. Go to the belt sander. Let's get our little clamp holder thing. Because I don't have one of those out there. Oh, stuff we got. So much stuff. Stuff everywhere. I can use this stuff to set you guys on. Like that, maybe like that. Uh-oh. You're kind of tilted. This phone holder is not great. Yeah, like that maybe? There we go. There we go. Nailed it. We're gonna call that good. Here, check it out. Whoop. I don't want to actually make this bridge flat because if I did, it would take we'd end up losing. We'd end up losing the edges. Those would be ground down to nothing. So I'm just trying to remove enough of that. I'm gonna hit it with do it by hand for the rest of the way. So yeah. Just wanted to get the old adhesive and wood and whatever off. Okay. Back up in here. If I cannot shut things down, that'd be great. There we go. All right. So let's get out. What do I want? What do I want? Not that. I want this. Gonna just rough up the back of this and take off any other stuff that was causing me problems. This chunk of a belt sander stuck to this. It stuck to a piece of ebony or something. Lasts a long time if you take an old belt sander belt and glue it something like that. Way better than regular stick-on sandpaper. That's pretty good. That side. Okay, I think we can live with that. A little bit of shiny there. Let's get rid of that. Okay, more there maybe. Cool. That'll work. Now we're gonna cut in some channels, or just something for it to grab onto. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Watch. Here, swing this thing around, and there we go. Vice view. This pair of vise is great. Use it. One of my most used tools in the shop. I put the wooden pads on there, and then take a chisel and just kind of, there we go. It's trying to follow the grain. Other side. There we go. That's what I want. Yeah, I know StuMac has a thing, but this works well also. And I already have one of these. And when you do this, don't just drag it off the edge, because you can pull chips off the side, and you don't want to do that. And I don't do this on the tops of the guitars, because spruce is a lot more porous and will absorb glue a lot better than rosewood or ebony, although this is pretty crappy at rosewood. I can feel that it's not exactly super tight grain. So here we have that. I'll give the epoxy something to stick to, or more to stick to. And back over here, there we go. All right, next, we're gonna mix up our epoxy and get our mixing cup. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Take the phone out again. Go. Little mixing cup. These things work great. Over here, Doug's area. And, oh, look, guitar right under the epoxy. Okay, we're gonna have to put you guys down for a second. Set you on this Gibson. How about that? Let's see what's happening. There we go. This is what we use, that West system. And just after it gets flowing, there we go. Oh, there, okay, come on. One full pump. And also one full pump. That's all you need. Makes it easy. All right. Whoop, sorry. Go back over here. Okay. And back in the thing. Oh, hold on, not right. Oh, I need a better camera setup. There. There, okay. Cool. And where's my mixing stick? Just mix this stuff up mix it very well. You'll actually feel it getting warm when it starts activating. This stuff has a very long work time. I think you can mess with it for, depending on how thick it is, anywhere from like 15-20 minutes still. But it does heat more when it's thicker, so I've had it actually crack when you fill in big sections, which is fine. You just fill it in more, but you could see a crack if it was supposed to be a clear thing. You wouldn't want that. This is not for like that poured resin stuff. Slightly different. That's just even more expensive. Okay. And careful on spilling this stuff. I've got a couple of spots on my bench here where the carpet is pretty crunchy. I've had to flip these little things around because once it gets in there, it doesn't ever come out again. Okay. And we'll give this thing just a light little scuffing, sanding. This spot here. I'm actually going to get the epoxy under that rather than try to pull that chunk out. Just want to knock off any of the real bad spots. Yeah, there was a chunk there. And this will go down when we clamp it. Right here, let's take a look. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Might take that a little bit more. A little bit of a lump there. Got plenty of time. I actually want the epoxy to thicken up a little bit. Some of it can be a little too runny when you first mix it. So it's all part of my plan. Those chunks, yes, okay. Guitar top itself still is slightly uneven. And the clamping helped, but there's only so much you can do. That looks okay. All right. We're gonna go for it. All right. Now let me get one of my little pipette things. I have one over here. I do not. Let me grab one. Be right back. Okay. Oh, I forgot something. Now I'm actually prepared. Okay, first step, we're going to put some blue tape up underneath. Put this over here. So we're going to put this up underneath the holes just so things don't drip and make a big mess. And it's also going to reinforce this bridge plate. It's going to flow down in there. The bridge plate's also cracked and there's chunks missing underneath. It's a mess. And if you saw my other video, you'll see how this epoxy will actually close up any issues in that. We're not going to do major surgery. All right. It's good. Okay. So what we're first going to do, let's get this ready. Clip the end off this, get it a little bigger. Perfect. And let's pull this. And I know I have all my stuff ready, but that's okay. Got our bridge clamping caul back out. Got our other blocks of wood ready to go. Okay. Now, These little disposable acid brushes are great for this kind of stuff. And just brush it on there. And as long as you clean it off, this is poly finish. As long as you clean it off the finish before it dries, it'll be fine. Probably not great for lacquer. I bet it would burn lacquer. But typically I would never use epoxy on a guitar that has lacquer finish. But because it wouldn't be a plywood top, hopefully. Maybe, you never know. But this is the best way to fix this particular guitar. In the most economical way for our consumer. Okay, so let's probably gonna want this again. Let's set this guy way over here where it can drip on my bench in a place I don't care about, or I can knock it on the floor. That would also be a possibility. Okay. Oh, actually, no. I want to put a little bit. I want to put a thin layer on the back of this too. Just get it in all those crevices first. Yeah, these brushes are like 15 cents, 10 cents a piece, depending on where you can buy them, or you can order them bulk, and they're even cheaper than that. They're great for stuff like this, where you want a brush, but you want to ruin a nicer brush. Okay, we're going to do that, and we're going to get our locator pins. Where's my other one? There it is. Have another short one. There it is. Okay. Is that one? Oh, I should have done that first, but I think we're good. There, yep, okay, there we go. That one's not quite long enough. Yep, a little too short. That one got it. There we go. Perfect. That's what I like. Okay. Next step is we are going to, where's my brush? Let's see if we're getting good squeeze out. Oh yeah. Getting good squeeze out right now, so that's a good sign. Let's put that over here and get a paper towel. Come on, let go. There we go. So what we're going to do is just kind of use this to clean up the excess that we have right now. It'll just make it easier later to have less stuff. And as I'm doing this, it's letting it flow into all those little nooks and crannies. It's like flexing a joint. Okay. Cool. There. Now what I'm also going to use the pipette for is I'm going to fill in those a little bit to really get those bridge pin areas, but I'm going to put a clamp down first. How do I want to do that? That's kind of tricky. Maybe I'll save that for after if it needs it, because a block's going to be in the way. Let's do a little bit here, but can't obviously where those things are, so we'll have to do it later anyway. Okay. That's okay. Oh no, I can't leave those in. That would be dumb. And let's see, we want some wax paper just in case. Even though there's already tape in there, we want to be extra safe. Don't want to glue my block to the inside of this guitar. I need clamps. 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 Okay. This is how we do this. That's one like for the middle, reach in with our clamping block, and just like that, kind of reach by it. And we use a block so it keeps everything flat in there. Whoop, I'm forgetting a part. Don't do that. That would be bad. Oh boy, this is just barely gonna make it. I gotta shave down that bridge clamping block. Okay, here we go. Just like that. And now I can pull those other ones out because it's not gonna move at this point. So let's yank these guys back out. Maybe I can fill this all in at once. That would be good. I think I can. All right. We're gonna get it. That's good. I don't have to wait for this thing to dry twice. So we're just kind of filling those up just to the where I can see the line of the quote-unquote spruce. Okay. Hopefully that's all we need of this epoxy. So let's put this somewhere safe. Down here, it'll harden up. There we go. Cool. Next, these outside ones have sandpaper glued here, so sometimes you're right on the edge of a brace or and it likes to kind of walk off, which isn't good. Especially it'll happen when you're not here. I think it's good, and it'll slip off when you're not looking. But let's clean up some more epoxy, as long as we're right here. Cleaning up as we go. Makes for less of a mess later. Don't worry about wasting paper towels. There. Okay. That's good for now. Whoops. This one first. So go in here. Find the edge so you can kind of feel around, so you can feel where it's the block's there, the brace is there, and then nothing's there. If you try clamping there, the clamp just does this. You can glue a block to the inside also, but usually you can find right where that, right there, usually works pretty good. And I have these blocks are slightly radiused, kind of curved, so they match the contour of the bridge. I think I soaked them down with super glue to harden them up a little bit too on the top. Stay. Feel it's right at the edge there. If it didn't have that sandpaper, it would come right off. Oop, that's not the one I want. I want the other one with sandpaper on it. And let's grab another block. There we go. This one's got a better, wider surface area under there. The brace is in a more convenient spot on this side. This side is the pain in the ass side on tailors. It's hard to get it to find that brace. Okay, look at that. I like it. Now, I'm going to give this some pressure on the back. This is why I like doing it like this versus the Stumac thing, because you can put force around the entire bridge in a much more precise manner. See? You can clamp the front and the back and the sides and vary the pressures if I have to. Can't do that with the Stumac thing. I know people who spent money on the Stumac thing feel like it's the only way to do it because, well, they spent money on something. Same reason why guys will use a crappy guitar in the studio is because they bought it. Okay? Gotta use the thing I bought. Alright, sure that's not gonna walk off of there. Okay, let's clean up the rest of that epoxy. Let's get that away from that block. accidentally stick the blocks to the top of the bridge. Although I have had it happen. Okay, now that's as clean as she's going to get with that. We're going to use some of this Taylor spray and one of our dirty rags. This stuff, it's not going to actually mix with the epoxy underneath. If the joint was that loose, then we'd have more problems than just mixing epoxy. But this stuff it's a good polish. It's a very good cleaner. The satin guitar polish. It definitely doesn't leave any residue. Works awesome for satin. If you guys see, like, when people come in and put their greasy hands all over your black satin guitar or flat black guitar, this stuff will take those greasy fingerprints off of a satin finish. It's amazing. Let's get this is where it gets a little tricky, just getting in there. Just gotta keep kind of working it. Work it. Remember, wet glue or adhesive is vastly easier to clean up than dried. These people that will leave a whole bunch of glue around their bridge work and then chisel it off later. Why would you? Why would you do that? Doesn't make sense. The obvious, you can damage the top of the guitar, one slip, and now you've got to buff out an area that is really hard to get to with a buffer. What's that? This actually has a little, when I squeezed that came up a little more than I wanted to. So we're going to extract a little bit out of this. It's not quite too much, but if the guitar gets tilted or somebody moves it, I don't want it running. So I know there wasn't any more than that in those other holes. So we're going to run with it. But anyway, not only does trying to clean up dried glue potentially damage the top, but if you do it like this, and you can see if you have issues beforehand, you can see where it'll keep, you ever do a bridge re-glue and see where it just keeps oozing out? It's because it's not a tight spot. That's why that happens. And then you could address that problem before the glue is dry, or epoxy, or whatever we have. And we're going to do this one more time with another rag. We're throwing that rag away because when it comes to epoxy, it'll dry really hard on a rag. So if there's a chunk on there, you don't want to run it across a guitar accidentally. So it'll become my rag that I use if I spill something on the floor, which happens frequently. Okay, I think we're doing pretty good here. Probably almost time for other people to come in. Oh, it's not quite. Wayne hasn't been in lately. Right, I think we're going to call it on this one. That looks pretty good. Nice. Here, I'll take you guys off of here and you can check it out. You can check my work. Okay. All right, so here we are. It's good, nice little, you can see just the slightest line there around the outside. That's exactly what I want. Hard to see with the reflection. Let's see if we can zoom. Can we zoom? Again, that reflection just, oh, there we go. But yeah, look at that. I like it. I have faith in this one. Okay. Let's find a place in this room that has no place to put anything. Here, let's go over to Matt's area. Well, let's see before we carry it over there. Oh. We're going to steal Wayne's bench because he's not here. Okay. There we go. It's a good thing I'm so strong. Otherwise, this would be heavy. Whew, that was actually pretty heavy. Hurt my wrist a little bit. I'm gonna leave that there. Over in Amp World, look at this. This is a, what is this? 65 Bandmaster. Check it out. Huh. Pretty cool. Look at those tubes, guys. See inside? Huh? Neat. All right. I feel like that's probably not the best way for that thing to live, so let's set it down. I don't know why you left it up like that, but that's not a good idea. Anyway, who's over here? What else do we got? What's the next project? I think that's all Matt's stuff there. Do I have any? We took pictures of that yesterday. It's a Silverface 74 twin. Cool amp, huh? And partially recapped. Okay, trash. Next, what are we doing? Let's, here's another bridge re-glue. Do I have enough clamps to do this one? No. So let's not do that one. Oh, I know. Let's put our clamp away. Let's do that. Wall of clamps. What? Oh, yeah. I know what we're going to do. Oh, what's this? What's this? Let's see what this is. A red hot rush. Output jack needs to be replaced. All right, let's do that. I have a really weird Rickenbacker that needs to have pictures done that I'm going to take apart later. Take a video of that, but let's see what we got here. What is this thing? Oh, okay. Oh, it's one of these. Okay, let's fix the output jack. Or let's check the output jack. Okay. Here, let's put you guys back. And there we go. Come on, get in there. There. Okay. Made it. Let's see what's going on here. Of course, we need our tele adapter. Well, let's put our wood blocks back. Let's do that first. I always use a right angle cable because I set guitars like this to play them and test them, and a straight cable just doesn't do it. And so, where's my tele? I made this. Sorry, drinking my lukewarm coffee. Made this thing. So basically, going like that, and now I can use that. Something. See? That doesn't seem bad to me. Let's see what the problem. What is problem? Oh. Well, they want the output jack replaced. And the store wants it done, so we're gonna do it. Look, I happen to have a brand new jack right here. Oh, it's a long barrel. Do we have a short barrel? Yes. This one that I had went to put in and was not long enough. Okay. I don't think anything's really wrong with it, but we're gonna change it. We get to take this whole thing apart to do it. Okay. All right. Incoming Bosch. Let's see if we can do it without taking things off. Probably not. I think we need a few more screws on this guitar. I think these things are kind of ugly. Way too much plastic on the front of your guitar. Yeah, definitely need more screws. Okay. So can we, no, we're gonna have to take the whole thing apart. That's right. Here, you know what we're gonna do? Watch this. Watch this. Just like this. It'll be fine, don't worry. I promise it'll be fine. I know I'm gonna break that guitar. So reckless. So reckless. Okay, now just like this. And now we just take this and flip it this way. Ta-da! Look at that. I'm sure that'll never rattle. Okay. Let's all right, put this back like this for a second. Let's put this down here. That way we don't scratch up this guitar. For right now, we can always scratch this guitar later. Oh, I didn't turn my soldering iron on. I thought I did that. Another thing that's just gonna fall off and rattle. All right, I'm taking that out of there. Shh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anyone. As long as we got this open and our soldering iron is heating up, let's give it a little shot of deoxit in these. Just because the guitar may be new, these pots could have been in a bin for a year out in the air. And also, let's do the switch. Here we go. Stuff, well, if you didn't know what it was, deoxit, D5. This stuff is awesome. We use it all the time. They put back the adjustable flow thing again, which the previous cans with the more like a paint can top was awful. Giant nozzle. Everybody hated them. Glad they went back to these. Okay, our soldering iron has reached operating temperature all the way up. Always clean your tool. Let's just take these leads off right from here. Important to try to burn the guitar as many times as you possibly can with the soldering iron. I'm kidding, but I see that all the time. Okay, this jack looks brandy new, but here, ooh, there it is. We're gonna change it. Where is the new one? Okay. Oh, was there a washer in here? No. Okay, just that one. Lock washer. This is the dumbest. Why do we still have to have this dumb way of putting a jack in a Telecaster? It's so much better to have the new modern style with the screws than this thing that will 100% loosen up at some point. It's a piece of metal wedged in to the side of the guitar. That's all it is. It's just a bent piece of metal in there. Well, somebody's here. Just stop talking. Shh. Hey, what's up, Doug? Oh, I can't reach it. Where'd it go? Come on. There we go. Seems a lot tighter.